Junk Heathens, what's up, man? Back with another video. I'm so happy to bring this to you guys. Hey, if you didn't know, my name is Sky Lane, and I recently sold my junk removal business for multiple six figures in just under 3 years, and I'm going to show you guys how I did it. I'm also going to show you some steps I took along the way to make sure that I was profitable and succeeded in this business. But without further ado, let's hop right in. Now, you guys may be asking, why am I hanging out by two stinky ass dumpsters? Well, because I wanted to bring you guys some good content, and if you appreciate it, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's what keeps the channel going, and I also appreciate it. So what we have back here are two 4 to 5 yard dumpsters. Now, if you put these two together, they would accumulate about 9 to 10 yards worth of dumpster, bin, trailer, whatever. So a little bit smaller than what most of your trailers and your dump trucks are, but we're going to use it for reference today. Now, the first thing that you have to establish when you are coming up with your load pricing is your minimum removal fee. What is your minimum removal fee? This is the absolute lowest cost that you are going to charge for you to come out and do a job. It doesn't matter if you're picking up a king size mattress or you're going to take a desk chair for an older lady from upstairs to downstairs. It is the base minimum cost. This is one of the most important parts of establishing your load price, because this is what's going to set the tone for what kind of company you have and how you charge for what you do. Now, an average minimum removal fee price is going to range anywhere from $90 to $150 for most. Now, you might have those guys out there that's doing $70 or doing $170. Those are outliers. Now, they used to be a lot cheaper than that, but due to COVID and prices skyrocketing, those prices have went up. Well, you may be asking yourself, how the hell am I going to get my minimum removal fee price? I don't know if I should be at 90 or 150. Well, as I'll be teaching in my Junk Success program that's coming out in 5 weeks, link in the description below, the first thing you're gonna do is call your local competition. You're gonna call the big guys, you're gonna call the small guys. You need to see what the going rate is for a minimum pickup fee. Now, you're not gonna call these companies and be like, hey, what's your minimum pickup fee? You're gonna call them and say, hey, I was thinking about getting rid of this recliner, which is usually a minimum for most companies to pick up. You're gonna call and say, hey, I have a recliner I would like to get picked up. How soon could you get out here and how much would it cost me? You're gonna call some of the bigger companies and some of the smaller companies and see what they are charging. One's charging 140, one's charging 90. What's that tell you? Okay, if you're just getting started, you might want to be closer to 90 bucks for a minimum removal fee. If you've been in the game a little bit, you're looking to amp up a little bit of revenue, raise that up to around 110 and 120. Be right there in the middle. You want to be the bang for your buck person. You don't want to be the chuckle do-its, aka the cheap guys that don't do very good work, that hate on everybody else, all the young folks coming in, aka some of the people in my comments, but we ain't gonna say no names. And you also don't want to be the guys that are taking advantage of people and way overcharging for whatever's going on. You ain't gonna charge $250 for a recliner. You might get away with that a couple of times, but you ain't gonna last in this business, because people's gonna come through and charge them for what they should be charged for. Establish your minimum removal fee, and then we're gonna go on to your full price load. Your full price load is just as important as your minimum removal fee, because most people want to know, what do you charge for a full truckload? They don't know that you have in-between prices. It's probably the first time they've ever used junk removal most of the time. They want to know what your full price truckload is, so you want to make sure you have that down just like your minimum removal fee. How do you get your full truck price load? You're going to want to know what your yardages are. Both of these are 3 to 4 yards, so together that's 8 yards. We're going to act like this is your truck or trailer. So for 8 yards, most companies charge between $35 and $45 per square yard. You could take that, if you have an 8-yard trailer. Most of you have 10. We'll just say that this is 10 yards right here. You charge $45 per square yard. Well, that would be $450 for a full load for a 10-yard dump trailer or dump truck. If you have 15 yards, do the math, that's another 5 yards. That'd be $625, I don't know, somewhere around there. Somewhere between $35 and $45 per square yard. Again, call your competition, see where they're at, and be somewhere in the middle. Make sure you deliver excellent service and make sure you do what you're supposed to, because it doesn't matter what your price is. If you suck, you suck. Look, you're either great in life or you suck. There is no in between. If you're just pretty good in life or you're kind of good, nobody remembers you. You're not remembered for none of your work or nothing you do for somebody. People remember the people and the companies that are exceptional and the people in the companies that suck. That's it. People don't remember anybody in between. They're like, oh, those guys are kind of good, but 6 months later, they don't remember who the hell they are. Be great at what you do. So make sure that your full load price is a great bang for your buck. So now we're gonna get everything in between. We're gonna use this for example. You have a quarter load, a half load, a 3/4 load, and a full load. Hey guys, so literally my phone fell off my tripod back there, and the mic cable adapter thing broke off on my phone. So needless to say, I do not have my mic anymore, but we are going to finish this video. I ain't gonna show y'all on the video. So back to what I was saying. A lot of people and a lot of companies talk about a quarter load, a half load, a 3/4 load, and a full load. when they are speaking to customers. Now, that is an easy way to let customers know how much you charge for everything in between. But those are not the only price points you have on a full load. You are going to have a fifth load, you're going to have a fourth load, a third load, a half load, a 5/8 load, a 3/4 load, a full load. You're going to have all these price points in between to let you know exactly what you should be charging for however much these people fill it up. Now, you don't have to discuss it like that to all your customers because they're just going to get confused. Let's say you pull up to a job. This right here is a full trailer or truckload. What they have is going to take up pretty much 80% of this. Now in your head, let's say your full load is $500. You know that at 80% is somewhere around a 3/4 load. You're going to be somewhere between $390 and $420. Well, that's what you tell your customer. So, hey, Mr. Customer, you're going to have somewhere around a 3/4 load. Now, off the top of my head, I know that's going to be somewhere between $390 and $420. I'll know once we finish that job, but what I can tell you is that it's not going to be over $420 and it's not going to be under $390. Just wanted to let you know before we start the job. And it's just that simple. You don't have to make this whole thing complicated. You don't have to give them a whole manual of how you charge or why you charge. That's another thing. I see some people on here sometimes explaining to the customer why they charge what they charge. Hey, that customer don't care why you charge what you charge. And you justifying and breaking down what you do, why you do what you have to do. First of all, it's not their business why you charge what you charge. If you go to the doctor and they prescribe you medicine and that medicine's $200, you're not going to call your doctor and ask them to break down why your medicine's $200. You're going to listen to your doctor and understand that they got you. They're going to take care of you and get the job done. Same thing for us as business owners. You do not need to break down your business-oriented cost to a customer because you think that they may say it's too expensive. If it's too expensive and they don't want to do the job and you can't close the sale on them, that's not your customer. Now, let's say you have a bulk item. You have one item that the customer needs picked up. You don't have a full 3/4 load. You don't have a half load. Let's say that they have a bigger sectional couch, so 2-piece sectional. Now, a 2-piece sectional is not going to be the same price that you charge for a regular 3-seater couch. Why? Because that sectional is bigger and it takes more space. Now, we talked earlier about our minimum removal fee. Your minimum removal fee, let's say, is $120. You have to drive 20 minutes to this job. So you need to account for that 20-minute drive. Well, a 2-piece sectional is probably going to take up about 15 to 20% of your trailer, right? So technically that would be somewhere around a quarter load. If your full load's $499, then your quarter load's probably going to be somewhere around $199. So now you know you're between $120, which is your minimum removal fee, and $199, which is your quarter load. So you say a healthy price point is $180. For $180, you'll get the job done. That's going to cover your gas. It's going to cover your labor. It may take you 5 to 10 minutes to get that couch out of there, and you're on your way to your next job. Other things that you have to account for when you are pricing your loads are weight and material that you are putting into your truck or trailer. If somebody has a half load, but their half load is a cinder block, you are not going to charge $299 for a half load of cinder block. You are going to charge much, 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 much more because that stuff is extremely heavy. It's hard on your equipment. I don't care if you have somewhere where you can get rid of concrete and brick for free. It is heavy on your equipment. It is heavy labor on your guys or yourself. You need to charge for it. If you have a quarter load of concrete or a half load of concrete, probably be somewhere around $900 to $1,500 depending on what it is and how hard it is, how far you have to walk, stuff like that. How much is it going to cost me in labor hours? Filling up a truck full of cardboard versus a truck full of nail embedded wood from a shed is completely different. That cardboard, maybe you charge $250 for the full load. For the nail embedded wood for the shed, maybe you charge more like $7.99, $8.99 because that's expensive to get rid of. And a lot of dumps won't take that stuff. A lot of times you have to take it to the landfill or other places instead of your regular transfer station. So keep those things in mind when you're doing light demo jobs, when you're doing concrete, when you're doing a hot tub removal. Again, guys, we don't want to overcomplicate this whole thing. We want to keep it simple, stupid. That's what people like in life, simplicity. People want a good job done. They want to be taken care of. They want a good bang for their buck. And they want to be able to call somebody back after they use them once. They don't want to have to call another company because you didn't show up or you didn't do a good job or you didn't deliver on your word or you were switching prices the whole time. And as we're wrapping this video up, one thing I want to mention is that you never give a set price until the end of the job. Never, ever, ever. All that is going to do is have you lose money in your business. You always give a price range, no matter what, no matter if it's one item, no matter the case, until you see it in person and you've started, you have some experience, you know exactly about how much it's going to take up in your truck or trailer. You never give a set price because they could change it. So if you call and somebody asks you what your full load price is, they send you some pictures and you're like, oh, that's only gonna be a full load. And you get there and they have a garage full, a basement full. They're like, oh, well, I told you, I sent pictures, maybe they weren't good angles. Now you're locked in at that price. You always give a price range to a client or customer until the job's done. That's how that goes, man. So we wanna keep it simple. I'm sorry I had to shoot the video vlog style after my mic's cut off and fell out and broke off into the phone and all that jazz. Guys, If you are just getting started in your junk removal business, or you've been in business and you still are not at 6 figures, you're not doing 5 figures consistently month after month, go to the link in the description. My program is going live in 5 weeks. Book a Zoom call with me right now. We can hop on and see if junk success will be a good fit for you. Let's get you to that 6 figure mark. Let's get you doing $250,000, $300,000 a year so you can take care of your family, live the kind of life that you want to live, and overcome those obstacles that you don't know about, or maybe that you've been experiencing and you don't know how to overcome. I know with me, I struggled in the beginning with how to handle marketing teams, how to run my Google ads, how to set up my Google My Business, how to quote jobs. Now, I lost a lot of money in the beginning because I didn't have that education. I am somebody that will invest in myself, bet on myself and my education. If you're the same type of person, go book that Zoom call right now in the description. Thank you all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.